Hi, hello, how you beautiful, crazy people doing? I hope everything is fine. I am just, chilling and I decided, well, I didn't decide, but I was chilling on the art community YouTube area thingy, and there's this little trend. Well, okay, it's not really a trend. I just saw a couple of art YouTubers attempting this because in their title it usually says, I tried following a WLOP tutorial. I'm not sure if that's pronounced correctly, but if you're in the art community or if you wanted to draw and follow along a professional tutorial, that's the word, tutorial, there's the VLOP, VLOP, yeah. VLOP is the guy to go to if you want to make something really pretty rendered and all that shebang prettiness, If you don't know VLOP, you're in the same boat as me, because I don't know who WLOP is, but apparently he's really famous and he just draws ladies that are really, really, really well rendered. Don't get me wrong, the ladies look amazing, the drawings are amazing, and if he has a tutorial, why not? Check it out, because I draw stuff and he draws stuff, and if he knows more than I do, I have to know that too, because that's how life works. You learn something from one guy, you learn something from another guy, and boom, artist and art styles and all that. And how hard can it be? I mean, it's an 8 minutes tutorial, right? We can let's just get right into it. Am I right, kids? Of course I am right. Hello, I'm VLOP. Today I made a quick tutorial on painting portrait. Let's see what you can teach me, Mr. VLOP. I think it's a mister. I don't know. Holy shit. Okay, that's really pretty. Okay, I don't know a lot about this artist. I just googled him and I saw that a lot of people are doing... let me pause this a bit. And I saw that a lot of people are doing the tutorial bit, and the tutorial... the tutorial is pretty old. I mean, 2015. It depends which time of an age and who are and future are you where. And yeah, 2015. That's pretty old. And he still is active on YouTube if you want to check him out. Of course, I'm gonna link him in the description. But yeah, let's see. Let's just. I don't know why I'm stalling. I'm kind of scared because this drawing looks pretty good. All right, her name is Eyyy. Eyyy Leon. I think I'm pronouncing that just perfectly. One of my original characters in my comic Ghostblade. Oh, okay. Now I'll show you how I paint her. Great, thank you. Also, I'm not gonna follow along before, just like a whole parenthesis. Today is the day The Last of Us Part 2 is coming out, and I'm a huge fan of the first one. And basically, I don't wanna get all sappy here on ya, cause you're gonna cry, and I'm gonna cry, and it's gonna be a whole cry fest, and art is fun, right? Art is fun. But yeah, today is the day that The Last of Us 2 is coming out. The Last of Us Part 2 is coming out. If you don't know the game, you are a horrible person, and you should play the game, because even though you're not a gamer, or well, basically you have no excuse to not play The Last of Us, because The Last of Us is the craziest and the best, and it's just so much passion in The Last of Us, and you really need to check it out if you haven't. And today Part 2 is coming out. In honor of the game coming out, I want to make a fan art, and I have this planned out, this picture of Ellie with the bow and arrow to draw it, because VLOP's tutorial is similar. As you can see, it's a girl holding a bow and arrow and aiming in the distance, right? But I'm gonna do the fan art for The Last of Us Part 2, meaning that I'm basically gonna render this exact image but with the future Ellie. And yeah, hopefully it's gonna look good, and hopefully I can make The Last of Us proud. Alright, first step. First of all, start with some rough lines. I don't like too detailed lines, just make some basic composition. Right, let's start off with some rough lines. Well, I'm just trying to block the character, right? It shouldn't be that hard. I have a pretty good reference for both of my pose that I wanna achieve. I have an issue with heads. I always draw heads way too big than they need to be. There's a lot of foreshortening, or how is it called? Not foreshortening, foreshadowing? No, wait, that's for movies. The thing where the arm appears way more, or is way, no, appears, that's the word, appears way more shorter than it is, foreshortening. I think that's the right word for it. Because it's like, the camera angle is exactly in the front of the hand of the arrow. So you need to make that look, you need to sell that, you need to make it look way more natural than, you know, just making it look like a tiny arm. And I think he's working a lot with depth. Excuse me there, with depth. I cannot say that word. Depth of field. It's that little filter on your Instagram application where it's getting blurry the further it gets or the closer it is, and you need to find that middle ground. So I think what he's gonna do is make it blurrier in the front because the camera doesn't capture the same plane, right? I don't know why I'm telling you the tutorial instead of actually following it. Alright, so with the blocking the shape and the colors, it's really interesting because he's doing it in gray scale, and he later on says to select the skin tone area or when the skin tone would be, and you know, lasso tool it and play around with the curves on it. Let's see how that works, I guess. Alright guys, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I made a layer with mistakes. No, I technically, but I made a mistake with a layer, and it doesn't, I cannot put the sketch over my grayscale block out. Therefore, it's kind of hard to struggle. Just watch out with layers, okay? Because you want the sketch above that layer so that you would see the actual form. Because otherwise, when you block out the layers, it just looks, you're just painting over the sketch, and you want to see the sketch. Alright, so I don't know about the curves thing, because I was like playing around with it, right, to get the skin tone, because I thought that he chose it for skin tone, but he's still, I mean, it's still mud brown, the skin tone at his tutorial. So, I don't know where to go with it. I mean, it's a cool trick, I get it, but I wouldn't use it. I would just go in with the skin tone and later on play around with the skin tone if I don't like it. Because he keeps on adding more color and more detail and more highlights. So let's just see where this goes. I'm curious, honestly. And alright, okay, the next tip is, you see I add some blue on hair and skin. That's because of the reflection of the blue sky. Remember, considering the environment, it will make your painting more realistic. That is true. And I'm guessing he's just gonna, it's good to keep that in mind at whatever you do, or if you want to have a finished thing, you just have to think about how light works, and because I'm guessing it's just an open area, it's just the sky. Some of the blue is gonna be on her skin tone, on her hair, and I'm thinking about, because I want to add, it's Ellie, right, from The Last of Us, and I want to add I want to make her in a forest. I'm just following the tutorial way too close right now, so I will add more green reflections or highlights, or I don't know how they are called. Because in the forest, the light would bounce around all these leaves and it would reflect green light. Alright. Okay, just thinking out loud to myself. Whatever. Keep it easy. I'll add more details, and I'm not gonna stop at every little tip that he says. I highly suggest you to just check it out for yourself. The eyes are a bit fucked up, but you know, it's a process, okay? And I added more background colors because I want to have like a sunset vibe and in a forest, and you know, a lot of colors. And it's like one of those tutorials, you know, like start off with a circle, then add another circle, then add eyes and details, and bam, it's freaking done. It's 2 minutes in and he already has like a really good looking composition. And I'm not saying that mine is not good, I'm just saying that it's literally not following the tutorial. Again, add some details, and if you don't know anything about drawing, this is gonna be really frustrating to you. But if you know how basic anatomy works, where, you know, facial features are, and how you can handle them, then I think you would do good. But it's way more frustrating than it actually is. And this is not much of a tutorial, this is more of a workflow. Because if he doesn't like something, of course you just go to liquify in Photoshop and you just do the whole shebang in that way. So basically that's the thing with not having a good sketch, because he just said that he just doesn't have, the sketch was rough, right? And if you are not nailing it from the first stage, you probably will end up doing what he does, which is liquefying it. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, because at this stage I'm pretty happy with how it looks feature wise. It kind of looks like Eyyy, but you know, it's getting there, that's my point. Yeah, he's just showing his layer work, and that, it sounds like I'm talking trash about him, but I'm just saying it's not much of a tutorial. Alright, tutorial. But hey, he has some really good advices. And well, yet again, this was 5 years ago in 2015, and now I kind of have my own workflow in Photoshop at least. But yeah, it's really nice to see how he does, because probably he's yeah, okay, he works really fast, right? That's the point. And well, let me just add some more details in and we can talk about the rest. So this is the details part, right? He adds details, and then he's gonna add a little bit more effects, and yeah, let's see how far I can go without making a fool of myself. Well, needless to say, at this point I ignored the whole tutorial follow along bit that I was planning to do for this video, mainly because it just got super tiring and I was in a workflow state area where I was just enjoying the process and just trying to make this look good. I mean, I wasn't trying, it was just so much fun to do this. And I was really struggling, or not really struggling, but it was fun to get Ellie's likeness, the future Ellie's likeness, and also pay homage to the first game, the first Eyyy, if I can call it like that. And I really like these ambience, if I may say so myself, that I had going around here. I'm still gonna leave the WLOP tutorial in the corner there, just because why not? You can see, you know, how closely I was going to get to his tutorial. But oh well, I did my thing because it was fun. And the ambiance, right, it was crazy because I actually had this like Breaking Dawn type of idea in mind, because from the trailers, The Last of Us Part 2, is going to get really heavy really quick, and Ellie's gonna go through some real heavy shit, and oh my god, I cannot wait. But it's gonna be painful, it's gonna be just horrible. And you know, I kind of had this story in my mind that she's been battling all this, like, you know, bad guys. I don't know their names because I really wasn't following the news, but she was battling everyone the whole night through, and finally the dawn came, and she's just so messed up. Like, I drew her eye bags and blood and just tiredness and pain and suffering. Oh my god. It sounds so horrible. But oh no. I mean, you know, I really wanted to show that she's been through shit, and not even when the next day comes she can't rest. She's still stressed, worried. I tried to capture the stressness on her look, and I think I kind of did it right, you know. She's super tired. I think she looks super tired, but also she is strong. Like, I really tried to do good anatomy on her hand, and I think I managed to do it right. I mean, it looks okay. Also, she's holding that bow and arrow like she's about to break it in two. It's like her grip is so strong. I also wanted to capture that. And overall, let me just say, I think it's a good image. I'm not talking about the WLOP tutorial anymore because it was kind of crazy. Just 3 things if you want to take away from the WLOP tutorial that I took away was careful with your layers. Color dodge tool is pretty amazing, so use color dodge more. Flip the canvas horizontally whenever you need it, and liquefy tool is just a pain in the ass. Actually, that's 4, but don't forget about the liquefy tool. If you have a good sketch at the beginning, you don't really need to worry about anything else. And he said that, yeah, don't worry about the sketch, it's gonna be chill. Yeah, it wasn't. I had to fix a lot with the liquefy tool, but that was just a pain in the ass. That's just for me. Maybe your workflow is crazier, I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you thought of my final piece, final fan art. Let me know if you think it looks like Eyyy. Let me know what you think about the game. That would make me really curious. Actually, I take that back. Don't tell me anything about the game because I want to play it. And yeah, let's see how we're gonna do in this game, right, kids? Alright. Keep it steezy, keep it cool. Thanks for watching me follow a tutorial. Great. See you next week, and I hope everything is good, and if not, everything will be good. Okay. I love you. I really do. Goodbye. Bye. Bye-bye.